Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for your great support always. I'm so grateful for your continued support to this channel. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Now, Kenyans, the judge today from the High Court, they have decided that the application by Rigathi Gachagua to challenge the impeachment trial decision that was made by the Senate to be heard tomorrow. I think after that, they are being told they have a room to appeal. Of course, directly to the Court of Appeal. Then later, maybe from the Court of Appeal, they're going to the Supreme Court. In other words, Rigathi Gachagua's case is waiting and must be heard because as much as the Kenya Kwanza government, they are rushing to replace Rigathi Gachagua, which for us, we don't have any problem with them because if they have decided they cannot work with Rigathi Gachagua, it is upon them to do whatever they want, but as per the rule of law. I want you to listen to the judge coming out to grant Rigathi Gachagua's team an opportunity to give their complaint tomorrow. Then the decision is going to be made. If will not favor them or it is going to favor them, they will proceed to the Court of Appeal. I want you to listen to the judge. But before we do that, ladies and gentlemen, as you always do it, ensure you like the video. When you like the video, you support the work that I'm doing in this channel because sometimes you watch the video and forget liking the video. So this is just a reminder. As you watch, like.
Having carefully considered the application, we are satisfied that the prayers sought herein must fail. Nonetheless, as indicated in our ruling, there is a pressing need for a clear practice directions regarding the procedure and process for handling virtual and online directions and proceedings. We commend the applicants as this application has illuminated the necessity for such guidelines and made the issue more apparent. As such, we hereby direct the Honorable Deputy Registrar of this division to transmit a copy of this ruling to the Honorable Chief Justice. Before we conclude, the bench wishes to once again emphasize its unwavering commitment to objective neutrality in this matter. We assure all parties that their right to a fair hearing remains fully safeguarded. The bench, acting in fidelity to its oath of office and in strict adherence to the dictates of the Constitution, remains resolutely committed to the fair and just determination of the issues before it. Finally, the application dated 22nd of October 2024 is disallowed with costs in the course. Leave to appeal is hereby granted. Certified copies of these proceedings and rulings shall be availed upon payment of the requisite court fees as the case may be. That's the ruling of the court.
But again, remember one thing. As court is giving Rigathi Gachagua's team their case to be heard tomorrow, and also they are being given an opportunity to have an appeal to the Court of Appeal, the senior counsel leading the Rigathi Gachagua's team, Paul Muite, is coming out to say that that will rely with the client, and the client is Rigathi Gachagua, whether to appeal or not. You can guess what might happen. If the court will decide that that matter is waiting, can it be possible for Rigathi Gachagua to resign so that he can deal with this case? So that he can deal with this case as he is outside, so that this will help someone in future, or is just going to be part and being, of course, served with conservatory order protecting him, despite of Kenya Kwanza removing his security vehicles and also being kicked out of his office. I told you here, Rigathi Gachagua stands legally the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya. So Paul Muite is saying now the decision is going to rely with the client, that is Rigathi Gachagua, whether they are going to appeal or not. But for him, is encouraging the client, that is Rigathi Gachagua, to appeal so that this also will assist those in future leadership. Listen to Paul Muite.
My Lords, Your Leadership, we appreciate that this honorable court of its own volition has granted leave to appeal. Speaking for myself, obviously the decision is that of the client. So I will be advising the client, but it is for the client to make the final decision. But in fairness to me as counsel and other counsel on this bench, I will certainly be seeking to persuade my client to appeal. One issue of accusing counsel to have been talking to the gallery, that is not something that should be left on the record of this court. It is damaging to counsel, and that is an issue that definitely needs to be taken out of the record of this court by the Court of Appeal. It was a very unfair accusation. Thank you.
So on the same note, I've also realized that what Dunstan Omari was saying yesterday was true. He said that this case is not as light as you think. It might not be a walk in the park. It is going to be so weighty. And so from High Court, they're going to proceed to Court of Appeal. From the Court of Appeal, they are going to proceed to the Supreme Court. Then the Supreme Court is the final. Whether the process was followed. As we speak, Rigathi Gachagua stands the deputy president. As much as the conservatory order is there, and the processes that Dunstan Omari said yesterday, it is true. It is true. And from High Court, a Court of Appeal, then Supreme Court. That is what we are having. Let us listen to Dunstan Omari.
Kwamba kuondolewa kwa naibu rais. Naibu rais anatolewa eti amekiuka katiba. Sasa mahakama imekiuka katiba. Je, mahakama ile ina nguvu gani za kumuondoa? Kwa hivyo hii kesi sisi tunasema kwamba tutatoka hapa mwisho kuamuliwa, kesi itaenda mpaka Court of Appeal, itatoka Court of Appeal, mwisho tamati ya Gachagua itaamuliwa Supreme Court. Kwa hivyo Wakenya mngojee karibu miaka mitatu hivi ndipo ile kesi itakapomalizika. Asante. Wakizungu.
This is what I have to say about the proceedings that have happened this morning. Is that we've been in court for almost 2 hours, over 2 hours. And the first issue that came was the issue to do with the empaneling of the judges who are sitting. As has already been explained by Dunstan here, is that the role or duty to empanel the judges of a bench to hear a matter is done by the Chief Justice. Chief Justice is not around, I'm told. She's out of the country, I'm told. I'm not too sure about that.
Did she run away?
But the only thing that now we are doing is this, that Article 165, Sub-Article 4, gives that mandate to the Chief Justice to empanel those judges. Now, these ones were empaneled by the Deputy Chief Justice. Is the Deputy Chief Justice capable of doing work that the CJ is constitutionally mandated to do? The answer is no. That is what we are going to discuss in the afternoon when we go back to court, whether it is available for the DCJ to empanel those judges to come and hear. Now, the other thing is this. If the CJ was out of the country, these days, and as already presented by the judge, Judge Murima, is that these times we do it online. Was the place where the CJ is not covered by net, that she could deal with the files as presented, and then she proceeds to empanel the judges from whichever point of the world that she is in. That's another issue. The third issue is that this is done at night. Remember the old constitution, people used to go to court at night and they used to be bundled into into prison. And
So I think that hurry that these individuals were having has been stopped. But again, it is going to be sealed once and for all tomorrow, after the court will decide that this case will proceed or not. And if it will not proceed, then they will decide to appeal or not. That is their decision. And so as they are going bit by bit, remember, they are making the Kenya Kwanza feel uncomfortable because they wanted to rush and install Kindiki Kithure in the office. I've analyzed a video here where Kindiki Kithure is confusing people. Is he the CS of Interior or the deputy designate? That is the question. So the Kenya Kwanza, they are in a hurry. They are in a hurry. But on the same note, Kindiki has not resigned on his current seat, CS of Interior. He has not been sworn in as the deputy president. He's just the deputy president nominee approved by the parliament. And it was expected that him being sworn in the office. But because of the conservatory order, this make Rigathi Gachagua the deputy president. He's still the deputy president. Until otherwise tomorrow, where court will decide that they are now going to lift the conservatory order. And then the Kenya Kwanza will decide either to swear in Kindiki Kithure on Friday or not. That is what is likely to come out. So for the side of Rigathi Gachagua, we thought like today was the final. But they have been given the chance to give their argument. Ladies and gentlemen, what do you think? Drop your opinion at the comment section below. Otherwise, thank you so much because of your great support. Please consider subscribing, liking, commenting, and sharing this video. Bye-bye till we meet in another video.